If you have a passing interest in Star Citizen, you might have heard of Theaters of War. It was that game mode that they announced at CitizenCon. I think it was 2 years ago, and it's still not out. And today I saw on the League Discord, this is a list, here's the link, which lists Theaters of War as a separate game below Star Citizen in the GeForce Experience app. Now, this might be really bad news, because now it comes together. It gets developed by Firesprite, which is nothing against the studio. It's a big studio. However, it is also a big studio, which means if it was just a few guys, like they said in CitizenCon, just helping a tiny bit, not diverting from the main game, then they wouldn't hire a professional large studio to help them with it. So there's some larger work being done on the game. And Firesprite is a PlayStation developer mostly, and they got bought by Sony themselves. Again, there's nothing against Firesprite. However, this is bad news for the game as it is, because if a console developer helps with a new game mode that was supposed to be a tiny side thing, is now a bigger thing, well, this looks like it's going to end up on a console, at least the Theaters of War part, and that means it has to be playable on a gamepad, which means the complexity of the game has to be dumbed down to fit on a gamepad. And as it usually works in game development, you don't make a really complex gameplay for PC and then make a separate version of the game for console and dumb that down. You dumb the whole thing down so it's one size fits all. Which means this little side project might drag the main game along with it, which is not a good thing for the complexity of the game. I also think there's a marketing problem with the whole thing, because if if they would have come out early and said, okay, we're developing this separate game, you can buy it in the shop, then at least the customers, at least they had the illusion of being able to choose what product they want to fund. However, if they would have come clean with that, then they wouldn't have sold many copies or got much investment for it, because if the average backer who spent a lot of money on Star Citizen over the last 10 years, he really probably doesn't want to hear a side game mode as a side project to require extra funding, because this is already the best funded video game in history. And it's approaching, I think, $400 million. So they didn't openly market it as that. So my guess is they're going to come out with some type of announcement where it's going to be announced as a separate game and sold separately. However, it's going to be developed most likely by existing backer funds. I think that's why they're keeping it behind the curtain, because the moment they say it's a separate game coming out as a separate product, it's going to cause a disturbance in customers financing Star Citizen, because they're going to feel like the donkey that pulls the cart for other side projects. So yeah, that's my speculation on it, and let me know in the comments, what do you think? Thanks for watching.